Hello, everyone. I'd like to share my quick thoughts on a pretty interesting game, Death Stranding. The first thing that really stands out is the game's unusual world. It's a brilliant flight of the creator's imagination. From the very beginning, it grabs your attention and amazes you. As a player, you want to unravel its mysteries and understand the catastrophe that made life in this world so strange. The story does its job well, drawing you deeper into this unique setting. The main story cutscenes are wonderfully directed. Sometimes they fill you with awe. Other times, they even bring a tear to your eye. The core gameplay, delivering cargo and traveling between delivery points, is also surprisingly well done. The talented development team managed to turn what at first glance looks like a boring activity into something engaging. A lot of little details, like balancing your load, dealing with terrain, and planning routes, keep it from getting dull. On top of that, there are plenty of tools that make deliveries easier and add variety. Ropes, ladders, exoskeletons, even a motorcycle and a truck. Another plus is that the delivery process is broken up with plenty of extra gameplay elements. You can build structures such as roads, bridges, zip lines, charging stations, ramps, and more. While there isn't traditional character leveling, the protagonist unlocks new gear, weapons, and upgrades as the story progresses, and as he builds reputation with different delivery points. The game also has an action component, with about a dozen types of weapons to fight ghosts and local bandits. Stealth elements are present as well. Overall, the delivery system, the main gameplay hook, works quite well. It's also worth highlighting that aside from the small starting zone, the world is seamless, forming one vast open location. That's a big plus. Now for the downsides. First of all, the game's pacing is slow, and the first 20 to 25% of the playthrough is frankly boring. At the start, you have very little equipment unlocked, and the story hasn't picked up speed yet, so it's very tempting to quit. Another drawback is that the world and story may be pretty illogical and hard to take seriously. There's little point in trying to predict or rationalize anything, since at any moment the game can throw another wave of unpredictable, irrational events at you. Because of this, plot twists lose some of their impact, as they get lost in the chaos of randomness and inconsistency. And while the main cutscenes are fantastic, the regular mission cutscenes are terrible. Often these are long, drawn-out conversations between the protagonist and a hologram that you just want to skip. The system for unlocking and upgrading equipment can also feel overwhelming. Often when you arrive at a new delivery point, the game throws yet another gadget at you. At some point, it becomes more irritating than exciting, especially since the interface isn't very user-friendly. The combat aspect is another weak point. It's underdeveloped and almost absent in the first half of the game, leaving a real lack of action. The combat that does exist isn't bad. There's just too little of it. You're left wanting more. Stealth is also very primitive. Yes, you get a few tools to mix things up, but when infiltrating bandit camps, the inability to save near enemies pushes you to rely more on weapons than on sneaking. The game doesn't really encourage stealth, and given the lack of action, it often feels more satisfying to just fight than to bother sneaking around. As for difficulty, it's fairly low. Deliveries themselves are simple, and if you connect to the network to see other players' hints and structures, they become almost trivial and lose their appeal. In this sense, the player has to create their own fun. If you want a challenge and more engaging deliveries, you'll need to turn off online hints and plan your own routes across difficult terrain. Overall, Death Stranding is a good but very specific kind of game. It offers a unique world and a strong story, but I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. Its unusual gameplay may not be to everyone's taste, and some aspects feel underdeveloped. Planning routes and gathering resources for building roads can be highly addictive, but not everyone will enjoy spending hours on that. The pacing is slow and contemplative, and you need to be in the right mindset for it. That's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Play good games, stay healthy, and may you have peaceful skies overhead.